Hey, this is Pastor Jay Lee, and you're listening to the Daily Sabbath Podcast. Hey guys, it's Pastor Jay here. Welcome to the Daily Sabbath Podcast. Now, as you guys know, we have officially started the Advent season, and so Christmas time is here. And so I will definitely be sharing some Advent devotionals during this month. But I wanted to put kind of a random ask out there to you guys who are listening. I would love to sort of up the holiday cheer on the podcast by sharing some Christmas music. But obviously, for copyright reasons, I can't use, the music on the radio or on Spotify. And so I was just wondering if by some chance, any of you guys happen to be musicians and have recorded some Christmas music, or would be willing to record a Christmas song that I could use on the podcast. Would you shoot me an email? You can email me at dailysabbath@gmail.com. But if you guys have some Christmas music that I can use on the podcast without having to worry about any copyright infringement laws, I would love to share some of your music. I will give you a shout out on the podcast, and it'll just make things more Christmassy for everybody. And so with that being said, here is our final devotional in our parenting series. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 5. If anyone does not know how to manage his own family, how can he take care of God's church? We recently brought our second daughter home about a month ago. Now, any parent of a newborn knows that most of the things in your life grind to a screeching halt. I have to admit, this is really hard for me. I have a lot of interests and a lot of passions. There's this saying, I'll sleep when I'm dead. And I have to admit that kind of grind mentality has always appealed to me. I always have multiple side projects I'm working on or wanting to work on. So it's kind of ironic that this podcast is called Daily Sabbath, because I've always found resting to be very hard. And so with the demands of parenting and a new baby, I've been feeling very frustrated lately. To be honest, there's just so much work for the podcast and for ministry that I've been desperately trying to get done. But the time in my day just keeps getting filled up with holding a baby, changing a diaper, washing dishes, soccer practices, making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, bath time, book time, bedtime. And here's the thing. It is so easy for me to believe that I have been unproductive during this time, that I haven't really been getting any work done. That is the lie. God says that the most important spiritual work is always in your home. The measure of a person's spiritual life and competency to be a leader of God's people is how well they love and care for their families. Admittedly, this is a mentality that I constantly struggle with, and maybe it's a struggle for you as well. But I pray, as you find yourself changing a diaper, rocking a child to sleep, packing lunches, or playing Uno for the 1,000th time, may you feel the pleasure of God upon you. And may you believe that playing with your kids might be the most spiritual work you do all week. And as you do so, may you hear Him speak these words over you. Well done, good and faithful servant. And so your reflection for today is this. Why is it so hard for us to see caring for our families as our most important work? And how can you reflect these priorities more in your schedule and attitude this week. For more Daily Sabbath content, please be sure to follow us on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. And you can also follow us on our Instagram account, Daily Sabbath.